Welcome, Capricorn, to your love reading for February of 2019. So, as we look into, you should be able to see everything up there. And this is going to be, well, as we start out the month, you have the Knight of Swords is showing up with the High Priestess, two people, two energies, someone very secretive, that could be you, but then someone very loud and confrontational. I feel like somebody is coming in to either communicate, to either be around you in some way, to either start up some kind of debate. It could be arguments and disputes, because the way that you might be responding to this person is conflict, and I feel like it leads to maybe some tears. It could lead to drinking. It could lead to maybe the impulse to, you might go and release some tension by having sex or speaking to somebody else. That could be something that's going on. You can relate to this if you know how you might respond to this person. Some of you might give off this kind of energy. You might argue and be in some kind of conflict with that person, but give in to something romantically with them, physically. All right, be careful about that, because that is not healthy from how this is coming through. I feel that it's a behind the scenes kind of thing. If you've been dealing with somebody, if you both have secrets together, I feel like y'all might be tussling or debating about these things, and you do it in private. And also, I feel like there's something very unhealthy about this connection because of what I see here, how I'm decoding it. Whoever this Knight of Swords person is, they're trying to get through to you in some way, but doing it in a way that's not right, that's not fair, and you need to be honest about how this person might be treating you, what they might be saying to you. Disrespect, using you as a crutch, or making excuses as to why they might respond. So sometimes they might need some checkups, or when it comes to anger management, trying to look into these things to help them out with how they approach the connection. So again, you're responding conflict, so there could be some physical altercations or just a lot of internal struggles with how to approach that person. And then as you kind of take a step back, that person, maybe they disconnect and they want to work, working on something, and then I feel like there is jealousy there. The Knight of Cups is in reverse, and that's where they're holding back, or they might be angry because you're angry with them, and both of you are separating, and now you two can't come together, or because of the confrontation between both, you are going your separate ways, and then the jealousy might be there and not really sure how to approach one another. So it's like, how can you hold back but then also want me at the same time? That's how that might be coming through, I feel. So you have a water sign, Virgo might be there as well, and then the air sign element is showing up. So there might be disconnecting and working, but then you do the same thing. You kind of bounce back off their energy, but still have a tough time with moving on from this person. Don't matter how they might treat you. You might say you're going to do it, but they still have a hold on you. That's what I sense. Death in reverse with the King of Pentacles. You might be dealing with another earth sign for some, who you might cling on to. They might have that hold on you. Others of you are so focused on work that you might not have enough time for your relationship, or to give your partner enough attention. But that's not how I really see this. That could be some of the scenario, but that's not how I really see it. I feel like it's whoever this is has a strong hold on you, and they continue to come back around, and you might feel like this is true love. It says this is the romance of a lifetime. Someone that you're really in love with, that you might feel like that, but do they treat you in a way that feels true and sincere? And I feel as I'm saying this to you, and you start to go throughout the month, the Hermit is coming through with the Seven of Swords in reverse. That person you're dealing with, I feel like they're revealing something about themselves, and I was saying this for Leo as well last week's the weekly. So this is your monthly for February, but it's something that this person is trying to show you, I feel, about themselves and about how you might respond or accept certain things from them. I feel like you'll come to find out about what you need to do with this person because of what's happening, how the energy is between both of you. Now, the Magician in reverse with the Five of Pentacles, when both of you are broken and not really feeling all that happy to kind of get things going and to keep things going in the right way, because it doesn't seem to be moving in that direction. You can come through a bit forceful. You might even try to say certain things to get the person to either come around or to keep them around in some way, but be careful that you don't, build another bridge that might get burned down again by the other person from taking money from you or whatever. That's what it might be. I feel the Five of Pentacles is getting to this state of deprivation because you dish out money, or even if you feel like you're alone or away from that person because they reveal that they're really not the one for you from how they might be treating you or what they might say to you. That's what I feel there. Aries is showing up with Virgo as well. For some, you might be dealing with that. And then the person, it seems like you may say a few things and they might try to come around you or be around you, and it could be like a party or a gathering or something like that that happens maybe towards the end of the month. But then there's issues. So Pisces, the sun in Pisces, that activates your third house of communication, short travel, short trips, and where people might come out of the blue to speak to you, to want to start up a conversation that may not have been finished completely. That's what might happen. And then you might see this person around, and then there's a communication, you're chilling with them, and then you break up with the Page of Cups in reverse. So temper tantrums, getting angry, and maybe there's a lot of drinking, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing, it could be fun. But then I still see you, that person is disconnecting from you. It's like they leave you behind, you're moving on, but then you still leave the connection less than you were before, like without money, like you're putting your money into certain things, or you're investing in certain things. It could be like a move, or what you're thinking about, maybe moving out or moving away from this person. But every time you come together with this person, you wound up in a scenario that you've been in before. It's almost like a repeating thing that keeps happening. It's like you're better off, I don't want to really say this, but better off without that person at this time, but in the long term, I feel like if this is something that happens over and over again, you got to be aware about it. The Two of Cups is showing up with the Nine of Wands, and that's how this this person is responding to you in a way of trying to get you to. It's interesting. I always tell people that the universe is part of everybody and everything, and it can be who you need it to be at certain times. And if you accept certain things, or if you go through it, month after month, and the person is not changing, there's something wrong with this connection. Something that needs to change for good, for the better. And the Nine of Wands, that person is a bit wary about what's been going on. Almost like when you leave, they know they have the opportunity to kind of get you to come back because they're used to it, or you might be used to it. So that's why the codependency issue is there. Codependency addictions are affecting your romantic life. And then we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. If anything, I feel like the magnet or the pull that person has on you is overpowering, and it can be hard, it can be tough to let someone go energetically. Even if you feel like it's just too many different things, that person might not be around. Like if it's physically, they could be there at times, but don't allow that to be the only thing that's keeping both of you together. There's a lot of friction between both, and I feel like that's what you might be experiencing as you go through the month. So try to be wise, try to just think about what I'm mentioning to you, and to see if this is a recurring issue that you may have come into the New Year's, and you may have a resolution to say, I'm not going to keep dealing with this kind of thing, but then it happens again, and you're just like, damn, I thought I got over it, I thought I figured it out. But just keep going through with it and see what happens. Alright, so that's going to be your reading for the month of February. Much love to you, much light, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Alright, so have a good one.